Well, he's one of the hottest hitters in all of minor league baseball, and now he's nice enough to join us for a couple minutes. It's Jacob Reimer. Jacob, appreciate the time as always. How's everything going?
Really good, really well.
Got to start by asking you about your red-hot start to the year, coming into the season, scattered across the South Atlantic League leaderboard, and feels like practically every offensive category. What's enabled you to hit the ground running in the way that you have this year?
I'd say just finally being healthy and knowing that, trusting that, and I'd say just mentally just feel more mature this year as well. Just with everything, last year was a really tough year, and so I know that whatever failure may come in the game, I've already felt that and more from last year and with a tough year, so I feel mentally very capable this year. So, my dad showed me the game when I was super young, had a bat in my hand before I could remember, so it's always swinging it. He was my coach up until high school, so he was pretty good as well. He was always with me no matter what. If I wanted to hit in the cage at midnight, he would. If I wanted to hit in the cage before school, he would. He was the best with that. So I owe a lot to him. I'd say he's a big part of my younger days. And Ukaipa High School, Coach Ralph Graheda was great. Showed me a lot about the game. He was a former college coach, so I felt pretty mature as a player. Even in high school, felt like more a college player. Like mentally is what I'm more aiming at. So
you hear your name called by the Mets in the fourth round. Talk to me about that draft process.
Yeah, Mets were always in there. You obviously never know where you're going to go. They were pretty prominent on me. I never really wanted to go to college, but couldn't let the pro teams know that. My goal has always been play professional baseball, so if I could do that as quickly as possible, I was going to want to. And so always had that goal. The draft got a little stressful, just falling a little bit.
Sure.
And but ended up where I was supposed to be with the Mets, so super pumped about it. Just approach-wise, I've really gained a sense of how to have an approach for different pitchers, whether it be a lefty or righty, different stuff they have. Really feel confident in that, in my approach, and trust that in the box, not just looking to hit a baseball, as well as my mechanics. The Mets got me in the hitting lab, as I've talked about a little bit, and my swing feels more professional for sure. I feel like when I'm in the box, I don't got to worry about my swing, anything about it, just rotating faster, more efficient, getting the ball in the air as well. Which leads to better results. I'd say I learned a lot about my posture.
Sure.
Like, you don't think about that as much, but with my posture, my back may be aligned too much this way, and that could lead me to not rotate the correct way.
Right.
Stuff like that was really the big side of that, and then as well as bat speed. They showed me how important bat speed is. Just like a pitcher throwing 90 is a lot easier to hit than a pitcher throwing 100. So I have a lot more time to hit a baseball if I'm swinging the bat faster because of just speed in general. So,
right.
Yeah.
We'll fast forward then to 2024, and for you, only the 25 games dealing with the hamstring and the shoulder. Just from a mental standpoint, how tough kind of was that to have to go through a year where you're not necessarily on the field a ton?
Yeah, so I'd say it was the hardest year of my life for sure. Just being in Florida, you feel you're alone. You're basically in an apartment by yourself, because I was rooming with a guy who was in low A.
Okay.
So I'm basically alone all day. You get in super early, and then you have all day just with your thoughts and how that goes. And my rehab wasn't very good. I re-injured myself a few times, so there was that. But just really learned how to deal with all of that and myself as well. Just playing last year, I was always worried about my hamstring as well, so it wasn't really all there on the field. So super grateful and happy to be healthy this year. I'm not worried too much about outcomes out here anymore. I think that's what also enables me to play freely and just have fun. Is just I'm grateful to be out on the field. Like, you take it for granted when you don't have it. So I'm not gonna do that again.
Yesterday you became, as we sit and record this on Thursday, you became the third player in Brooklyn franchise history, first in 20 years, to hit a 3-home run game. I asked you on the field after the game how it felt, and I'll ask you here to share now with our fans at home. What's going through your mind in a situation like that?
You just got to be grateful for those days. Baseball can be hard, some others. I think I saw Nimmo talk about it the other day with his 9 RBIs or whatever. It's just, you got to be thankful when the game rewards you as well as when the game doesn't, and take that day. But you gotta build on it for sure, but you got to be able to flush it before first pitch tonight. Be ready to go face this new guy. So
feels like with the Mets, we hear so much about this pitching lab. Don't hear as much from the hitting standpoint. Just how innovative is it what they are doing from an organizational standpoint?
It's got to be. It's top notch. I don't know much about other organizations, but it's got to be top of the top. I trust them wholeheartedly. All the guys here love them. You get the same feedback. It's just you have the trust. There's a philosophy, and they help you find your own way to get there, and it's amazing. I always have had good decisions and good bat to ball skills. So it just came down to being able to hit the ball hard in the air. And so it was always just swing stuff. They've been working with my hips a lot, internal rotation, stuff I can get really deep into. But I'd say really that, and just closing me off a little more has really allowed me to just stay with the same thing, my approach and my swing decisions and contact rate, but also allow me to hit the ball in the air and hit it hard. So. And
you lead the league on this Thursday in both slugging and extra base hits. What's high on the priority list for you looking towards the summer?
Yeah, just keep developing as not only a player but just a locker room guy, just as a leader in general. I want to become a leader, especially in a locker room like this. There's a lot of guys younger than me now.
Right.
Got some guys called up. And so I'd say that for sure, just creating a good locker room presence wherever I'm at and just do the best I can in there.
Just how special can this team be this summer?
It could be one of the best cycling teams of all time. Obviously, got to go play baseball, but this team's very talented, very fun, but we also feed off each other really well. And I think that's the best part. It's one of the most fun clubhouses, the most fun clubhouse I've been in ever. So it's pretty awesome in there.
Well, you're smacking the cover off the ball so far this year, and we certainly hope to see you do it for the remainder of the summer. Jacob, thanks so much for the time. Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.